We do this with some frequency, of course, but for the time being, last few opportunities for you to do this are going to be today, tomorrow, and Friday. You have up to 16 chances every day, 5 alone on this program. So just keep your ears peeled for those keywords. Next one is coming in precisely 7 minutes. So listen for that. Cavaliers are back on the floor, but in Brooklyn, they'll play tonight at the Barclays Center against the Nets, 7:30. Here on MMS is the tip-off. Cavs are 9-6. That's good. Nets are 10-5. That's better. But what are you going to do? Cavs are looking good.
But if the Cavs win tonight, then they're 10-6.
Hey, ooh, that's how it works out.
And the Nets are 10-6.
Yeah. So listen, Cavs are a top 5 team right now in the East. So
pretty good.
yeah. Listen, come on. Everybody likes
get healthy though, because Evan Mobley's going to be out 2 to 4 weeks. Yeah, I think Kevin Love is activated and he's questionable for tonight. So if we can get some of the guys back, we actually could keep winning games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wizards are in first. My Bulls are in second. Nets, Heat, Cavs. So there you go. So 7:30 tonight. 7 o'clock means your pregame coverage gets going there. You'll hear all of it here on WMMS. Of course, your FM home for Cleveland Cavaliers basketball. No name changes there. I did get the press release that the Cleveland Guardians era will launch Friday. That's when they're switching over all of their social media presence to Cleveland Guardians. That's when the team store will open. So for people who are champing at the bit to get their Cleveland Guardians stuff, I think this was all supposed to launch like Monday morning or something.
Litigation, though, you know.
Is that what it was? They had to wait?
Yes.
Yeah. So the Guardians team store at Progressive Field will start selling stuff on Friday, and then it'll go out to all the other retailers on the 23rd. And they're going to have donuts and coffee and prizes and all kinds of fun stuff for the first 50 shoppers. So that means, irrespective of if you're a Major League Baseball fan, that means they will have probably 60 donuts.
Yeah.
Do you think they allow for 2 a person?
No.
So
workers, though.
Well, I'll read it as written. Free donuts, coffee, raffle prizes, and a gift for the first 50 shoppers on Friday morning at the new Guardians team store. Now, let me ask you this to clarify, because it could be one of 2 ways. Does that mean free donuts, coffee, raffle prizes, and a gift for the first 50 shoppers? Or does it mean donuts, coffee, raffle prizes, and a gift for the first 50 shoppers?
I think it's all of it.
All of it for the first 50?
Yeah.
Or just a gift, donuts, coffee, raffle for anybody, gift for the first 50. That seems more likely.
I think it's a gift for the first 50 and then everything else for everybody else.
Now, is the gift a finely wrapped donut?
Is it a second donut? You get your first donut
That's
free.
Right.
First 50, second donut.
2
They
donuts.
say, we've all heard the phrase, never follow a hippie to a second location, right? It's old-timey, but it still applies.
I've never heard that phrase.
You've never heard that. Well, you've never heard of delayed gratification. This is a week of firsts for Mary Santora.
We're learning, guys. We're
you
learning.
truly are living for you.
You know?
So I've also heard, don't steal a second donut from a Cleveland Guardians fan. Now
Not
that's
stealing it.
That's a newer phrase. It just started.
If it's a gift, are you stealing it?
Well, the gift, but the donut's not the gift.
The second
The
donut.
knowledge is the gift.
Oh, the second.
The second donut is
second
the
donut
gift.
is the gift. The first donut is free. Second one is a gift.
Right. That's how I get all my boyfriends. First one's free. Second one's a gift.
You're like a drug dealer.
Yes.
First taste
taste
costs
is
you
free.
nothing. That's right, but then you're hooked.
The second one is a gift. Third one, can cost you,
The
buddy.
third one, you will definitely, by the time you move in with me, you'll definitely be paying for it.
Oh, you
in
know.
ways that you have not even conceived
I'll stop
before.
letting you eat spaghetti by the third one. I'm learning how to massage the logs.
That's right. Are you still log massaging?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jason gave me a new task today. Bill got to listen
Because he's
in
going
on
to
it.
Italy for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was fun.
What's the new task? Is it too
It's
boring
just-
and inside baseball? Yeah.
Just another thing.
You have all of my attention.
You can have this job. I will teach you how to do it today, and you can do it for the rest of your life.
Why do you have to do it? Because we don't have anybody else around here?
Because it doesn't load until 5 p.m. or
No,
4:30.
why are you doing it?
Okay.
Somebody who works on my show, like, why are you doing log stuff?
I don't know.
Because we don't have any other people around here, I assume.
Well, when they
Nobody works here anymore.
When they swung, I know Jason's going to hear this. So when they fired a bunch of people last year,
Hi.
Corey included.
Yeah, Corey Roddick.
I was like, hey.
That's where you were?
He got fired. You didn't hear about
I
that?
forgot to show up and yeah.
I told Jason, I was like, hey, whatever you need help with,
Oh,
Because
I
he's
will
doing so
help.
much.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
because he was doing so much. Now I'm thinking,
he's management. He's
Yeah.
supposed to be doing a lot.
right, but I'm thinking they got rid of a lot of on-air personalities, and if you need someone to fill in on a midday, I got you.
Oh,
And
that's
then-
what you thought.
And then he came back.
Yeah,
with,
that's not how that works.
How about 3 hours of data entry every day?
I know it seems like they're just putting people on radio stations, but that's still not what they do.
Well, I thought maybe that would be how it would work.
No,
Since
that's
I'm
not
already
how-
here and I already have
Next
a
time,
login.
ask me how it'll work, and I'll tell you.
Right.
What? That's exactly how it works.
And I was trying to be a team player too, where I was like, hey, I know that we just cut half our staff. So if you need something and it's not that hard for me to do, I'll learn how to do it. I'm thinking voice tracking, more ads, taking over
Again,
an afternoon.
ask me next time, and I'll tell you.
So now I have been doing log work every day for a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Corey, if you want me, I will teach you how to do it.
And I'll teach you how to, be really bad at it. So maybe you should hang on to it. Cool? Splendid.
So anyway, that second donut is a gift
Second donut's a gift.
when you think about it. Yeah. I also saw that the USFL is returning.
Oh, finally. Everybody's
the
clamoring for that.
That's
Everybody's
the
like,
appropriate response.
Yeah.
Crickets. Yeah. Anybody remember the USFL? You have to be old to remember this.
That's the one where like Steve Young went first, and then he ended
yeah,
up
he
in the
played
NFL.
for like the
Yeah.
LA Rippers or something.
Yeah.
United States fishing logs.
The United States Football League. It played
Oh.
for 4 seasons. They had 8 teams, I think. So they all played each other. They all the teams went bankrupt. I mean, but there were a handful of guys. Brian Sipe. Remember Brian Sipe?
Yeah,
He was a
played-
Browns quarterback.
A very well-known Browns quarterback.
He went to the USFL after the NFL. He played for New Jersey and Jacksonville before he ended his career. I'm going to break out my Chicago Blitz t-shirts. I have an OG Chicago Blitz USFL t-shirt.
You have the Chicago Blitz USFL t-shirt. What is it? USFL.
The USFL. So in the early 80s, they had 8 teams. Famously at the time, one Donald Trump was going to be the owner of the New Jersey Generals, but he, shocker, backed out. The only time the guy ever pulled out. And so they had somebody else buy it or whatever, but there was I don't think Cleveland had a USFL team at
Cleveland
the time.
Can't even hang on to an NFL team for many years.
Yeah, maybe. I know that because there were the Pittsburgh Maulers. I used to see dudes in like old Maulers t-shirts.
This guy's walking around the mall in the morning.
Yeah! Not mall walkers.
Oh. No. MALLER.
It's the Pittsburgh Mall Walkers, everybody. Yeah, so we had the Chicago Blitz. There was the Los Angeles Express, which is who Steve Young played for. Tampa Bay had the Bandits. They had the Houston Gamblers. And so what I read is that they're going to bring back those original franchises and add some new ones. They're trying to get all the teams to play in the same place. Not at the same time.
That
It's
would
be
a nightmare.
It's a logistically and just, how do you televise that? But they're going to try to get all of the teams to play in a venue in Birmingham. Like that'll be the hub for the USFL. So they've got a few new teams. Jacksonville will have a team again. Portland will have a USFL team. And Birmingham will have their own, I assume, as part of the deal to do this. Now, there were a lot of teams in the original USFL. I don't know if people are clamoring for another. This is just another one of these things where like rich dudes with money to burn go, well, we could probably sell some TV rights for this and nobody really wants it. We'll get a few people to watch it and we'll make some money and then it'll fold again and we'll all ride off into the sunset. But it seems there are going to be a lot fewer teams than there were last time. Because like Memphis had a team and
They keep trying to do these things, and it never, ever works.
well, especially since the XFL is also a thing again.
But
And that
that-
famously flopped.
And that flopped again too. I mean, it was probably because of COVID because it like was just getting going.
but they're bringing it back, I think, aren't
Are
they?
they? I don't know,
I thought
but-
so.
Eh.
The Orlando Renegades, that was a USFL team. The Denver Gold. So for the most part, because I remember we went to a couple Blitz games and they would play at Soldier Field where the Bears played. So they got pretty good attendance. I know Boston and D.C. at the time were having a hard time getting people to watch their games, but every other team was getting like 20,000 people.
That's insane.
I know. People wanted football. But, Jesus, I mean, whatever. I was just surprised to see that the USFL is coming back. I heard from Nick, who's our bureau chief in Louisville, Texas. He goes, listen, I don't know crap about football, but thank you and Terry the Goat, because I grew up with the Cowboys. My coworkers convinced me to do a football pool for last week's games, and I won.
Hey.
Based on Terry's picks?
That's what he said.
I thought she was terrible.
Well, he didn't have to bet what she says.
Oh.
Those are the games she picks. He said he thinks he subconsciously absorbed some of her information. So tonight I will give a toast of $25 worth of non-alcoholic beer.
Hey.
That's from Nick in Louisville, Texas. There you go.
How much non-alcoholic beer does that buy? Is it super cheap? Because
It's probably a case.
No, it's the same.
Okay.
It's the same?
It's not any cheaper.
What a racket. So no alcohol, same price.
Yeah. Well, a lot of craft breweries put out like a 0.5% beer, which
You
depending
mean
on...
crap brewery, am I
Oh,
right?
there he is. So depending on how you feel about your sobriety or if you're just trying to cut back, a lot of people won't... Sober people won't drink like a 0.5% beer.
Well, because it has alcohol in it.
Because it has alcohol in it.
I understand that.
But yeah, they're just as expensive. A
wanna
6-pack of them
try
is
and
still
get
like
drunk off a
$10.
0.5%.
Dude, you have to drink like 40 of them.
I was going to
It's
say.
wild. You have to drink.
You'd feel so gross. You'd just feel bloated but not drunk.
Eight of them is equal to one Bud Light.
Yeah.
So think of that. Which,
Wow.
Yes. 8.5 is equal to one Bud Light.
And that's how you know you're an alcoholic.
Well, because it was like 0.5% beer. It would take me 8 to have one Bud Light. I'd have to have 36 of these things.
Yeah, and like, yeah, you've already got the math done.
Yeah, right.
Mary, did you taste it? Have you tried it?
No, I haven't tried any of those, but I have had Heineken's has a 0%. There's no alcohol in the one that Heineken has. So I've had that, and it does taste it tastes like beer, and it's fun. I like it because like when I'm craving, like I want to get drunk, I'll have one of these Heineken Zeros, and I'm like, oh yeah, this isn't fun. Like I never liked the taste of beer. It was never something I enjoyed. I just wanted to get wasted. So I have half.
It's like a nice little reminder to go, "Bleh."
Exactly. I have half of a fake beer, and I'm like, I'm good. The craving is gone. I never liked this to begin with. So yeah, it did what it was supposed to do.
Let me give you some money here. It's $1,000. It's a chance for you to go fund yourself. So listen for this keyword closely, and good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000 now. Text the nationwide keyword deposit to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's deposit to 200-200. Good luck and go fund yourself from 100.7 WMMS.
That's a great scam, though. We can still make pretty good money off people who are sober,
We just
but
want
want
to be
to
a part
taste
of the fun.
beer. Yeah.
Well, if I can give a quick shout out to a local place called LBM in Lakewood.
It's a great spot.
Yeah, my boyfriend quit drinking, and then we were out with a couple friend of ours, and all 4 of us are sober. So we go there because they have like non-alcoholic versions of a lot of their craft cocktails. So we're like, hey, we don't get to
I believe, Mary, those are called mocktails.
We don't get when you're a sober person. A lot of places that you'll go, I'll be like, oh, what do you have that's non-alcoholic? And they'll be like, water, or Diet Coke, and I'm like, oh, okay, guess I'll take
Plus,
a pop. You know,
they'll run you out of the place throwing tomatoes at you the whole time.
Yeah, cabbage, it's
Yeah.
trash. So we went there, and they had non-alcoholic, 0 proof whiskey, tequila, gin, and vodka. So you could recreate any cocktail and have it be 0% alcohol. And I was like, that was crazy. So it was
Here's
really cool.
my question.
Ready?
I was never somebody who was like, I never quite understood people who liked the taste of beer so much that they wanted non-alcoholic beer, right? Mm-hmm. I've kind of understood a little bit more the older I get, right? I had a beer the other night at the show I went to, and it was fine, right? But when you get into like whiskey and gin, and like, you know, your hard liquors in non-alcoholic fashion, aren't there some people who are sober for whom that would like trigger them negatively?
Yes.
Like,
That's why I was curious.
How badly do you want the taste of that where you're like, I need it with no alcoholic content in
Well,
it?
it's not even, I mean, it is, every single person is different. And if you go to like meetings and stuff, they say, don't mess with non-alcoholic stuff because it
Right.
can be a slippery
It's a
slope.
gateway drug.
It can be a slippery slope. But for me, like I said, a lot of the times I just want to feel like I belong somewhere. And I know that sounds so sad, but like
100%.
Why not just drink water?
when you go to a bar, because it's boring. Like I don't want to go
Well,
to
so
a
is
bar.
non-alcoholic gin.
But it's not. It makes you feel like you're having a cocktail. It makes
Mary-
you feel like you're
Oh,
like
well,
socially doing it.
Okay.
You know?
Water's boring, but now so are you. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, because if Cody was here, he'd be like, I can't believe you didn't have one drink. But no, it's just nice to have like a night out, because when you are a sober person, even if you want to have a night out where you're at the bar hanging out, bartenders will get annoyed with you because you're not drinking, or they'll be like, you're taking up a spot at my bar and you have had the same soda water.
I see.
So it's
Okay.
also something to tip on. Then you have like, I'm not gonna drink 7 Diet Cokes while I'm
And
out.
also,
you know?
Why not?
you're not drinking it straight.
Right.
It's not like you're having some straight
A shot of-
non-alcoholic whiskey. Like,
Yeah.
pour me 3 fingers of nothing.
No, it's like to have
brown water.
Right. It's to have like a little craft mocktail. We went there after we had dinner, and we each had like 2 of these craft mocktails and felt like, oh my God, we had a little night out, you know? So for me, it's more of like a something to do, something to have, to feel like you still are not that boring.
I
I
like
understand.
to feel like I belong. I mean, like before a show, my band, the 3 of them, you know, they drink whatever. They'll do a shot together, and for a while, I'm like, "Hi guys, it's Christmas time over here where there's no presents."
Yeah.
But you know, like that's my biggest thing is like feeling left out and boring and all that. And I was always afraid like to try something that's like non-alcoholic would like send me right down the road again. So
I felt the
probably
same
not.
way, and I did not try anything non-alcoholic until Heineken came out with the 0, because I knew it was no booze at all. So I was like, okay, I'll try this. And then I was like I said, for me, it was a way to feel included, but beer was never my thing. So I have half a one, or I have one, and I'm like, okay, I felt like I had a little drink with everybody, and now I can scoot out of here, you know?
What if, to make you guys feel more included, before each show, we all huff some paint?
I'm in.
You know?
I've never messed around with anything but alcohol.
We're on the live
Let's do
stream. We all
this.
have a black ring around our mouths. And,
trade up one for the other.
yep.
I like to use
Nose and
silver,
mouth.
because then it makes you look like a robot.
Yeah. Does not compute. Meat more.
And you're not going to have... Some people might drink them alcoholically, where you'll have 12 non-alcoholic beers, but then, you know, that's a sign to you that maybe this isn't your thing. But yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan. Big
proponent.
fan. Big
of them.
fan.
Okay.
And I had no idea that those things even existed. I had a little fake old-fashioned. That was always like my after-dinner drink, and they're like, yeah, we can make you one without booze. And I'm like, what a day. Have me a little fake old-fashioned.
It's a brave new world.
It was.
Yeah.
So shout out to LBM. They're killing it out there.
All right. But they don't call them virgin anymore. What do they call them? They
It's
just
like
give them names.
mocktails.
Yeah.
Mocktails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to New Year's Eve, man, because like the
Yeah.
sparkling grape juice glasses
Yeah.
look so they look nice. I don't know.
And
I
they
feel
taste
like,
better than actual champagne.
Right.
Totally, because my girl and I are both sober, and that was like the one like look at us, we're upper crust right now. Last New Year's Eve. So
Yeah,
now
I
I'm
had
looking
that
forward
last
to
New Year's Eve
Welch's.
too. It really is. It's like sparkling
Upper
grape juice, but it's
crust.
good.
Yeah.
My kids loved that. That was like their favorite thing was on New Year's Eve getting that, like being like,
Little
we can have
champagne
that, and we
flute.
do that. We do that for New Year's Eve and Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
And they loved it.
Alan, in Afghanistan, we had 0.5% beer. I tried to drink 6 in a row to get something going, but to no avail. Just a lot of belching.
You just you just get full.
I was going to say, you do bloated and gross, but you don't feel any different, probably.
You're gonna get full before you get drunk, depending on how dedicated you are.
Yeah.
If you can drink
Whatever your commitment is
right.
to that drink. I got a break. If you want to get a text for anything, 35192 to do that. And you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.